Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Fox News Now. We are heading via chopper over to a possible police chase. We understand that somebody has stolen a MCSO Sheriff's Police vehicle and is currently heading east on I-8 towards Casa Grande. There are a lot of other facts kind of floating around on this that we're trying to verify right now. We don't have a lot of information on the suspect yet, but we're working to gather more of that. So we wanted to go live right now. Again, we don't know much. We understand the suspect may be a female, and she has somehow stolen a police car and is heading east on Interstate 8 through Arizona. So as we look to get more information and try to find her via Skyfox here, we will bring this chase to you live. Obviously, a chase of someone in a police vehicle is going to be a bit crazy to watch here. And we've lost the feed, unfortunately. That happens as the chopper is quite out of range, and well, not out of range, but in a mountainous area, as you can see right there. So the signal can be a bit intermittent, so you'll see it get jerky and stop there. But once they get stationary, when and if they find the vehicle, then that signal should stabilize. So if it goes black, just hang with us. We are working to get it back constantly. My name is Jeff Moriarty. I'm here with Samia Khan. And yeah, we are hoping we're getting a scenic view of the Arizona desert as we head in pursuit of a vehicle on I-8, supposedly a stolen police car, and black again. So such is the joy of technology when you're trying to get a live signal from a helicopter moving through the mountains over the desert, trying to find a chase on a freeway. A little bit tricky. But every time that goes black, we are working to get that right back for you. All right, and if you are a regular on Fox News Now, you will wonder why I am up here doing the talking, and that's because the wonderful Ms. Samia Khan is having a little bit of trouble with her voice. So I don't know if she'll be able to participate at all. I don't think so. But she's working the board and taking care of monitoring everything as I try to read the information. I am basically her puppet up here. Yes. All right, and it's gone again. And it's back. Sometimes I wonder if they do this on purpose, but they can focus, I think, their signal to us a little bit more accurately when they are stable. But as they are moving through the desert, as they are trying to track this down, listening to police traffic, figure out exactly where this vehicle is, that's their top priority, and tuning their signal is secondary. But once they locate them and become stable, then we will get our signal back. So again, what we understand is that we have a stolen police car. We understand that the suspect may be female, and they are on I-8, Interstate 8, which is south of Phoenix, headed east towards Casa Grande. Don't know exactly where they are. I have to think they're getting pretty close at this point.
Still innocent one.
We are working to see if we can get a update on the status of the vehicle and what our ETA is to intercept. As people in the chat room have seen, if you're watching us on Facebook, you can leave comments there. We'll look at those as well as on our YouTube channel. As some people have noted, there is a rumor out there that she is actually naked. We have not confirmed that, but that is being passed around. We're trying to get confirmation. When Skyfox gets there, we may get confirmation in a very direct way. But right now, that is unconfirmed. What we have confirmed is that there is a pursuit of a stolen police vehicle. Remember, the suspect is female and may indeed be naked. And if you're just joining us, this is a view from Skyfox as it heads to what we understand is a police pursuit of a stolen vehicle on I-8 headed towards Casa Grande. Sorry, took a pause there to try to get some more information. I'm trying to get an ETA on when Skyfox will be there. Don't have a firm date or time right now because a lot of this is happening on the fly. We're getting reports from the police. We're trying to understand where they are. Obviously, this person is moving at probably a high rate of speed and trying to figure out how to get ahead of them. So there's a lot of factors at play. But again, what we do understand is there is a stolen police vehicle, and the suspect is potentially a woman and potentially naked. So we hope to get a direct view on the situation here very shortly. Thank you for sticking with Fox News Now. All right, we see a freeway moving into view. I'm not sure the exact location of Skyfox here. If you're not in Arizona, Casa Grande is about 15 minutes by car south of Phoenix. So roughly between Casa Grande and not exactly between, but generally between Phoenix and Tucson. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can get another ETA here and see if we have any more information on the location of the chase. Thank you for watching us. Again, this is the pursuit of a stolen police vehicle in Arizona, just south of Phoenix. Hello everyone, Jeff Moriarty and Samia Khan back here. We do have an update for you. It sounds like, we haven't entirely confirmed this, but we have confirmed that the woman was naked and she has been apprehended. She crashed the vehicle that she was driving, and we are still headed to the scene. It might be a little while before we get there, and then we should have visuals. She is in custody. We don't know yet how she stole the vehicle, where she stole it from, why she was naked. There's still a large list of questions here that I didn't really expect to be asking on a Thursday morning. So, why was and how do you steal a police car? I mean, in general, those seem to be one of the more difficult vehicles to steal. Was she just hanging out there naked and got behind the wheel? Was she in the back? I honestly have no idea what is happening here. However, she did steal, allegedly, this police car, and I believe it was a Maricopa County Sheriff's vehicle. And after a pursuit, crashed the vehicle and is being apprehended, naked, by police. So Sky Fox is still en route, and I believe we will have a reporter on a way out there to cover this incredibly strange story. So if you want to hang with us to see the aftermath of this chase, then please enjoy the scenic vistas of Arizona while Sky Fox is in flight. They seem to have stabilized their signal, which is good. And we will bring you more information as we learn it. Thank you. Update if you are joining us. Sky Fox is currently headed south of Phoenix to the location where a suspect is now in custody after allegedly stealing a police vehicle while naked and leading police on a pursuit again south of the Phoenix area. So we understand she did wreck the car, she did crash, and she is in custody. We're still learning more. We don't understand where this actually originated, how she got into a police vehicle, why she was naked. It's just, we really don't know what's happening here right now. So we're working to learn more, and hopefully when Sky Fox gets on scene, we will get more answers. So I appreciate you staying with us here on Fox 10 News Now, on our webpage on fox10phoenix.com, and on Facebook, facebook.com/fox10phoenix. Updated the lower third there. My name is Jeff Moriarty. I'm with Silent Samia Khan today, having a little bit of trouble with her voice, so I'm doing all the talking. I'm only telling you what she tells me to do. I just work for Samia, basically. So, yes. So I understand they might be at least another 5 or 10 minutes away. So we will give you any more information and play recover the signal repeatedly as it cuts out if you want to hang with us, because I have a hunch as soon as we get up there's going to be some interesting visuals one way or another. And we often say viewer discretion is advised on live events, but considering the suspect is naked, then viewer discretion may be advised for a different reason than usual. So again, we have Skyfox heading to the location of the end of a chase where the suspect, a naked woman, stole a police car and led the police on a chase south of the Phoenix area towards Casa Grande. The chase has now ended. We don't know exactly how. We are getting Skyfox out there to see what's going on. So the area where this occurred is probably about a 50-minute drive by car south of the Phoenix area. So Skyfox is taking a little while to get out there. Helicopter is fast, but on a straight out flight like this, it does still take a while to get out there. And we're working to get a ground shot of the vehicle situation. We might actually get that before the Skyfox gets out there. Let me work on seeing if I can get a ground picture from the scene as we continue to monitor Skyfox's progress out to where this chase ended. Okay. So we brought up the feed here from a reporter who's going to be on scene, so hopefully we'll get that shortly. And Skyfox heads out there as well. It's not drone footage. This is the footage from Skyfox, which is on its way out to the place where a police chase ended. The suspect, female and apparently naked, stole a Maricopa County Sheriff's Office vehicle and led police on a pursuit. Don't know much more than that, but we're hoping we get information on the ground or Skyfox reaches them very soon. Working to get more information on exactly what car this was. Again, it was Maricopa County Sheriff's Office car. We don't know where it was stolen from or the situation. There's a lot of rumor out there, discussion, but we're trying to verify exactly what happened before we report on it. So, and especially in a situation this strange where it's not just a female suspect in the pursuit, which is unusual, but naked, which is doubly unusual. I think in the time I've been doing this, I don't recall ever seeing a naked police pursuit. So we're going to hold off on any other speculation until we get on the scene. Everyone, Sky Fox is getting close to the scene, and we have a reporter en route as well to the location of the conclusion of a pursuit. There's so many facts in here, I need to make sure I get them all out. Of a stolen police car by a naked female, allegedly by a naked female. We don't know any of the other information on this. We're hearing a lot of rumors, a lot of chatter. We've contacted Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to get more information, and right now they have not confirmed anything, which probably doesn't surprise me a whole lot, because having one of your cars stolen is something that is, I would say, mildly serious and potentially embarrassing. So they're probably trying to figure out exactly what happened as well. But we have one of our reporters and photogs headed out there, as well as Sky Fox, which should be getting very close to the scene and hopefully get some information. My understanding is that she wrecked the car and crashed. We don't know if it was a pit maneuver of some kind. And and there goes our signal. So we don't know if it was a pit maneuver or spikes, or she just generally lost control. We don't know anything else about what is happening, or what actually happened at the conclusion of the chase. You can see the backup here along the freeway, and now we are over the scene. Okay, we are now over the scene where a chase concluded. It looks like it might be that truck over on the right, but we're not confirmed. Again, the car that was stolen was a police vehicle. So as we sit here and look at a large scene of police vehicles, again, that vehicle there looks like, I don't see any active officers around it. Looks like it plowed into the shrubbery there, but it's entirely possible that it was used to stop the suspect as well. So I just have to be careful in looking at a scene like this to make too many assumptions about what happened, what's going on. We're also trying to, and you can see one of the sheriff's helicopters go by right there. Our helicopter maintains a pretty respectful distance and uses telephoto lenses to try to get close. And now we actually have, we're getting a signal from on the ground. Looks like it might be a short distance away here. Yeah. We don't have a great scene yet, or yeah, now you can see there, that looks pretty likely to be the vehicle that was crashed, or that the suspect had, just by the way it's plowed through the bushes there, kicking up a whole lot of dirt. See the passenger or the driver's side door open there. We haven't seen the suspect yet. We don't know if she was injured in the crash. She could be in the ambulance, which is already on scene. Now what we have is that was briefly a ground scene from one of our photographers who is on the scene. Fortunately, he's having to shoot from across the freeway. Police don't want us getting too close. So we get vehicles cutting across quite a bit here. I see everybody slowing down to look, and I would guess the suspect is probably in the middle of those police officers to some degree. I hope they keep their car keys away from her, since she's already demonstrated that she can steal these vehicles once. Yeah, the way they are treating it, that appears to be the suspect right there. They are trying to put her in a jacket. Again, she was naked. So, stole a police car while naked, and looks like they're putting her down on a gurney and handcuffing her. They tend to make me think she's not very injured if she's being treated by police and not by paramedics. I mean, there are paramedics and an ambulance on the scene. So this looks like it's near the Sunshine Boulevard exit. Okay, so we have some more information here. Maricopa County Sheriff's Office vehicle was taken by a suspect earlier this morning as a deputy responded to a call for service in Gila Bend. The deputy sustained some injuries and the suspect is now in custody, and that's what we're looking at right here. And there'll be a briefing about this at noon, which we will carry live. And that is from a sergeant in the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Looks like the crash has closed the eastbound lanes of I-10 near Eloy, and it's near milepost 210. It's just a little bit east of the interchange with I-8. Could be a second. There's the suspect. She's getting loaded into the ambulance right now. It's in the Eloy Fire District there. So we don't know yet if there are multiple accidents perhaps caused by her pursuit. Also sad to hear that a deputy was injured in this theft. I hope that he is okay. We get more information here shortly. All right, here's a scene from the ground. One of our photographers on scene. Unfortunately, on the other side of the freeway, so we do get the vehicles passing. We can get a little better feel for kind of what things look like right there. They just loaded the suspect into that ambulance there for the Eloy Fire District. Guessing her condition is non-life-threatening since they have not left yet. They were handcuffing her, I guess, after dressing her as well. And now if you switch back to the other scene there, you get a better shot of the vehicle that she stole. So again, this was a sheriff or a deputy responding to a call near Gila Bend when the vehicle was stolen. We don't know much more than that. And then he was injured. And the chase went on for a fair amount of time. And then it looks like the ending was here. Whether the vehicle was forced off the road or what happened, we're not entirely clear. It looks like this is the truck, just a police car that was stolen. A pretty heavy-duty vehicle right there. So this is on I-10, where the chase came to an end, and traffic is backed up or closed, and it's a bit of a mess all around down there because of all the aftermath of this particular chase. Hoping to learn more shortly here. You know, look at that truck. That is a heavy reinforced sheriff's vehicle. Don't know. Right, so this vehicle was taken by a suspect earlier this morning. The deputy responded to a call for service in Gila Bend, and she then crashed here. Not sure exactly how yet, and then she is now in custody.
Hi, everybody. It's Ron Hoon now from the morning show here on Fox 10 with more of our continuing coverage of this wild story from just south of the Metro Phoenix area. We got word, I guess it was just before 9 a.m., that there was this pursuit underway with a stolen law enforcement vehicle. And that's the part of the story we hope to learn a lot more about in the next few hours. But you can see in these live images from our helicopter, from Sky Fox, that the pursuit has come to an end. There's the sheriff's vehicle, the truck. This is in an area actually where a couple of counties come together, but this is specifically a Maricopa County vehicle, sheriff's vehicle. And you can see that it ended, this pursuit did end, out in the median. In fact, with the truck spun around in the opposite direction of where traffic is actually flowing. So, a little earlier this morning in our 9 a.m. hour, it was pretty fascinating because we took a phone call into the newsroom from a guy who was an eyewitness. And we tried to get him on the air, but we had a couple of problems getting that all put together. But nevertheless, I did have a chance to talk with him. And here's the story that he told me, that he was heading the same direction this pursuit was going, which is eastbound on Interstate 8, which is sort of the main connecting freeway from Casa Grande and Gila Bend to get you over to Yuma and San Diego. And he said all of a sudden, here comes this MCSO truck blowing by, and it all happened very fast. He couldn't even tell because it was so fast if it was a man or if it was a woman. But we now know that it was a woman and that she was naked. But he said almost immediately after that was a unmarked car that was in pursuit of this vehicle as well. And so it all happened very, very fast, but he got a pretty good look at the stolen law enforcement truck and at the car that was hot on its tail, the unmarked car. And, I didn't get a chance to ask him what type of speeds he thought they were operating at, but people do travel at a pretty good clip on most of our freeways here in Arizona, and in talking to him, I got the impression that these guys were blowing past him pretty quickly. So what led up to the stealing of the vehicle is still unknown, but we can tell you it did happen. Most likely out in that what we would consider the far west valley or southwest valley, which is kind of unique in that it stretches from, say, the Buckeye area all the way south toward Gila Bend, and that's sort of the end of Maricopa County. And somehow she ended up getting the, we got the wide shot here. Oh, yeah, okay. And I'm here with Samia. Samia, as you probably are aware, has bronchitis and is not able to communicate, so we're jumping in and helping the best we can. All right, now here are, in fact, a few more details from the county sheriff's office, from Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, which we have just had a big change of command there. We have a new sheriff here in Maricopa County, and this is from one of their spokespeople saying, an MCSO vehicle was taken by a suspect early this morning as a deputy responded to a call for service there in Gila Bend. The situation is now over. The deputy has sustained injuries. The suspect is in custody. They're also saying they'll have a media briefing at about noon, and they'll announce the location of the media briefing when they're ready to do so. So it's unclear if that'll happen here in Phoenix, where the sheriff's office is headquartered, or down there in Casa Grande, which would be the closest area to where this all unfolded, or in fact maybe out in Gila Bend. The way the county, there's a jog in the county that actually comes around Pinal County which is actually where Casa Grande is, which is closer to where all of this ended. But you've got Gila Bend as a small community that the sheriff's office is responsible for, and something happened that led to a response by this particular law enforcement officer, this sheriff's deputy, we presume, who responded to a call, and the next thing you know, somehow this lady jumps in the car, completely naked from what we're hearing, fully naked, and then takes off in a joyride. Now, what we can't say at this point is whether drugs were involved, but drugs or drinking, but it does seem that frequently, in cases somewhat like this, we do hear about those kinds of reports. So we can at least, let's see, let me pass along a little additional information from our assignment desk. It all started at the Shell station in Gila Bend, and if you're watching us from here in Phoenix, if you've ever driven to San Diego, you go right through Gila Bend, and so at this Shell station, it was the people at the gas station who called 911 because the lady, naked, was causing a disturbance. So it's still unclear as to how, once the deputy responded, she managed to jump in his vehicle and take it, steal it. But ultimately what he ends up doing is commandeering. What else are you going to do? He commandeers a citizen's vehicle, gives chase, and notifies dispatch. We are told that Chase did hit speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour. They tried the stop sticks, but it doesn't look like they worked, and then eventually she crashed in the median. Now, one of the interesting parts of this story is if you're traveling today between Phoenix and Tucson, or Tucson and Phoenix, it'll be a while before they get this scene cleared. It's not especially heavy in that area, but take a look. They're widening out for us right now, almost as if on cue to show you what's going on with the traffic. And as this this whole situation unfolded, it primarily happened on the 8. But you've got, as I recall, about 30 to 35 miles. Take a look. There's Sunshine Boulevard, so that's exit 208. Obviously, Skyfox can hear me right now, so good job up there, guys. They're showing us exactly onto exactly where this happened. But here's the interesting part of this whole thing. Take a look at some of the backups they're dealing with now. And this is not a huge surprise because while this isn't in an urban area itself, it is a very heavily traveled stretch of freeway. The I-10 between Phoenix and Tucson is going to be one of the busiest stretches of freeway anywhere in our state, that's for sure. And so you're close to the town of Eloy. We're looking at exit 208, where there are basically you're just a few miles off from where this whole thing transitioned from the Interstate 8 to the I-10. Let's zoom in there and we can, on the map, I mean, yeah. Here we go. And, okay, let's keep going. Let's just keep zooming. We'll go back in a second. So there's 208, and if you've traveled through that area, that's about as busy a spot in a non-urban area as you'll find anywhere in the state. Take a look right here. Oh, that's good, Samia. Great. Samia is busy working the maps, and you can see right there where we're talking about. So you've got the Flying J and the Pilot Travel Center, and they both advertise, actually, some of the lowest gas prices in the state right in that area. So two big competitors, and people, I'm quite certain, either from Phoenix or Tucson who've traveled this route are real familiar with that very exit because that's where you stop if you didn't get a full tank of gas before you left Phoenix or before you left Tucson, right in that area around Eloy. Back to the live Sky Fox pictures. This, if you're just coming to us through fox10phoenix.com or on YouTube, etc., we can tell you that this is our streaming news channel, commercial free, out of Phoenix, where through our offices here at Fox 10 Television, one of the top Fox affiliates in the USA, we launched our helicopter earlier this morning when we heard that there was this pursuit underway. Happens in Gila Bend, earlier this morning, starts in Gila Bend, ends all the way down the 8. The 8 comes to an end. It transitions onto the 10. And that was one of the concerns I expressed earlier on the air, on television this morning was, you know, the 8 is one of the least busy freeways that you would find anywhere in our state because it doesn't end in any type of metro area. It just sort of ends out there in the desert and transitions onto the 10. But boy, you get on this freeway, the 10, you are going to have a lot of traffic because it's still only 2 lanes in each direction. And this is a freeway that's been like that for decades. And it just gets busier and busier. They are in the process of trying to widen it and get it to 3 lanes in each direction, but they've still got a long way to go. And so you have a lot of traffic. Phoenix, 4.5 million people. Tucson in the metro area at 1 million people or so. And just a lot of people every single day of the year, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall, who are there on that particular freeway. And there's just the element of danger increases dramatically when you've got a busy freeway and you've got somebody who's out of control. She's so out of control. Again, we don't know if drinking or drugs played a role, but she's so out of control. Not only did she steal a sheriff's department vehicle, she's buck naked in the car itself. And she's going more than 100 miles an hour. So, this is why we say in our graphic on the Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook page, viewer discretion is advised. So we're going to work to try to get you some additional details in terms of what was the injury that the deputy sustained. It hopefully won't be too serious because after all he was able to commandeer an individual's car. Can you imagine that? So you pull up to the Shell station, you're getting ready to head over to San Diego or Yuma, which is a big retirement area, and you pull up to the Shell station for like a 44-ounce soda or something to that effect. Maybe you're gassing up, who knows? And the next thing you know, there's a naked lady inside. You see her jump into this car and hot-footed out of there. And then the thing that you see after that is the sheriff's deputy coming out and saying, I got to have your car. This is like a scene out of a movie. I got to have your car. Out you go. And the chase is on. So from what I understand, law enforcement is going to have on, not just in their vehicle, but on their person, some sort of two-way communication device. And it was through that even though he was in a private citizen's car, he was able to get on his radio and alert dispatch as to what was going down. Well, it didn't take long after that we actually heard, I believe we actually heard this first from DPS, because they responded, because they're out there, they're the ones that are actually responsible for our state highways and do a great job patrolling them. Sheriff's office is going to be primarily involved in solving crimes as the primary law enforcement source down in that Gila Bend area. And you can see that it all ends up, actually, I mean, I think when you're talking about speeds of 100 miles an hour and a lady who's naked driving, you don't know what's going to happen, the way it's going to end. But the fear is that it could end in innocent people being hurt or killed, or the lady herself being hurt or killed, and the vehicle itself being destroyed. But it doesn't look like that happened. I mean, as I look at it right now, it appears that the vehicle pretty much came out of it in one piece. I mean, clearly there's damage. She's careening off into the desert area. That's something interesting to point out as well. In the metro area, as the city has grown, they keep adding lanes to our freeways, and now all we have are concrete medians, concrete barriers in most of our freeways because they've had to expand the lanes inward just to keep up with the growth. I moved here in the early 1980s. There was about 1 million people here. Today, it's 4.5 million, And so they do, I will say, they do a great job, the city and the counties and the state does, of keeping up with the growth here. But what that has done is eliminate these sort of cushion areas where something like this could come to an end. Imagine if she had managed to get up into the Phoenix metro area, because when you go from the 8 to the 10, you can transition either way. The natural flow would be, just because of the way the freeway is built, the natural flow would be to transition right on to the 10 heading southbound there on toward Tucson. But if she had managed to get up into the Phoenix area and it comes to an end, the medians are not like this in the metro area. They're just concrete barriers. And then you've got the potential for a much more serious situation where a vehicle could roll. It could be in heavy traffic. You got vehicles all around you. So in a funny way, this is in terms of the last, say, 30 seconds of this chase, this is about as good an ending as you could hope for. No innocent drivers were hurt or killed. The woman who was driving the vehicle wasn't hurt or killed. The deputy sounds like he sustained some injuries, but most likely at the beginning of this whole thing. And the vehicle, the sheriff's vehicle itself, is sitting out there in the median. Hey, thanks, Kimberly Wolf, for the feedback. Love you, Hooner. I watch every morning. Yeah, we do. This is one of the beautiful things about this creation of a streaming news channel online. We're able to interact with you guys instantly. So if you have any questions about what's going on here and you want to fire them our way, we'll do what we can to try to respond. This is happening on a very interesting news day where earlier we had our plan for coverage actually was to bring to you the Russian hacking U.S. intelligence hearings that were underway up on Capitol Hill. Those were very interesting because you've got a lot of people in the intelligence community who think that Russia is up to no good, and then you've got a president-elect here who says it's time for our nation to mend fences with Russia and for the two world superpowers to get along much better. But you listen to some of the things that got said today, and it does sound like a lot of our leading intel people are in fact convinced that Russia did play a role in the hacking and the release of a lot of those documents leading up to our election. So that's the big national story, but the big local story is this one right here. I mean, how often do you turn on the television set or open up your phone or hop on your laptop and see this as a headline? Naked suspect pursuit. Think about all these pursuits that we cover for you. We've got a great sister station over in LA. They've got their own helicopter. We cover a lot of them, it seems like, in Southern California, and people are always wearing clothes. In this case, though, this lady, I don't think she started her morning off by thinking she was going to go steal a vehicle, but she clearly got naked and went into this store, the Shell station. Boy, are the folks who work there going to have a story to tell for a while. Just watching this whole scene unfold. And people along the freeway. Like I said, I had a chance to talk on the phone with a guy who was driving on the freeway, the very same direction from Gila Bend off toward Casa Grande, where he lives. And he sees this stolen truck going by. And then what he presumed was an unmarked vehicle going by right at it. I'd love to find out. I don't know, Sky Fox, if you guys are in fact listening right now, where is the other vehicle? Do we know where the deputy gave chase, the private car? That would be interesting to see, because as we heard in our check with our assignment desk, the deputy gave chase in a private car, and so it's got to be somewhere there nearby as well. But it does look like maybe he laid off at some point, because it looks like we've got another law enforcement vehicle that ultimately was right there by it. So he may have, once he realized they had actual law enforcement vehicles in pursuit, he may have laid back a little bit so that other sheriff's officials, DPS, which stands for the Department of Public Safety, which is our version of the Highway Patrol. In fact, we're able to come to a conclusion on all of this. So what a crazy story. What a wild story unfolding out there in the desert. And it's causing some slowdowns. Now, if you're in Phoenix, if you're one of the 4.5 million watching us here in Phoenix, or one of the million or so that live down in the Tucson area, it's not like you have to cancel your plans or anything like that, but you can plan on some backups. A little earlier, Sky Fox was showing us how just this scene, even though it's all over and done with, she's been taken into custody. I don't know if a trip to the hospital first, before going on to booking will happen or not, but it is resulting in some backups. At least it appeared to me and a lot of this is semi-truck traffic. A lot of it is between Phoenix and Tucson, in this kind of the central and south central part of the state of Arizona. Boy, there's a good shot, huh? Sky Fox zooming right into the windshield of that stolen car, that stolen truck. It actually is kind of amazing to think that there was not more damage done to that vehicle as it finally came to a sudden stop out there in that desert area between the eastbound and westbound lanes of the I-10. This is the 10, by the way, is a freeway that is considered eastbound and westbound. Even though there are portions when you're driving out of the Phoenix metro area, it's really more of a north-south freeway. And even in this area, from Eloy to Marana and Tucson, you go as much to the north and south as you do to the east and west. But again, eastbound and westbound lanes, looks like there's some slowing, perhaps a little bit more slowing in what would be the northbound lanes coming up from Tucson. All right, so Samia is doing a great job here. She's in control. She just can't talk. She's got the bronchitis. I'll post a picture of that on my Instagram page. Hooner Fox 10. Look, we almost got a laugh out of Samia. But we got it all covered. We got a guy like Big Mike Paish who can come up here and cover some of this. We heard from our internet guru, Jeff Moriarty, a little earlier. So we're a team. We got this covered for you, and we will continue our coverage nonstop until we learn more about the status of the deputy and some of the additional particulars of how it all started and how it all ended, and what about the lady herself, the naked getaway driver.
All right, thank you so much, Ron, and it's Mike Paish here for a little bonus coverage here. I can't believe this. I came in about 30 minutes ago, and I'm hearing about this story and seeing this video. I could just imagine what this scene was like for the deputies on this wild pursuit. Just goes to show, never a dull moment in Arizona. So we're going to continue to follow this. I'm hearing from our desk that we're not expecting the chopper to be up for too much longer, as they're going to have to go gas up again. So we'll see how long we'll be able to have this shot here for you and try to get as many details that we can for you. All right, we will continue to follow this story here for you, but you know what, we'll stay on this shot. We did have John McCain live here, but he looks like he's almost wrapping up with the press right now. So we will now go to John McCain.
To make it clear what
I don't
the
want
consequences.
Congress to do what Congress is trying to motivate the administration to come up with a policy and a strategy so that every time there's an attack, we don't react on